Welcome to Investors Insights, where today's topic is, will the rally continue? Guys, a lot of strength this year in the market. For the same reason the market traded back last year, the Fed raising rates too quickly, the trade war, is the reason we're going up and rallying this year. So a lot of progress. The Fed is saying they're going to be patient the rest of the year. And then also the trade talk is progressing where it looks like a favorable outcome for both sides are close. So we want to watch that carefully. But Trey, continue to talk about the Fed and then also talk about fourth quarter GDP.
Yeah, so some good data coming out this week. The fourth quarter GDP was delayed due to the government shutdown, so that'll give us an idea of what happened in the fourth quarter a little bit from an economic standpoint. We know the markets really fell off a cliff. So, we've had a really strong start to the year, but that's after the worst December since the Great Depression. So thank God we got to bounce back. And like you said, a lot of that was due to Fed, and we'll see. Did they pause because of that weak economic data that wasn't publicly available? Now will be publicly available. That'll be very interesting to see. And then the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell goes to Congress. He'll be testifying in front of Congress this week. And as we saw in October and in December and then in January, when he speaks, the market's clearly listening. They're even more than normal. It appears that every word is being parsed over to kind of look at and see where are we going forward, because the Fed has such a dramatic impact right now on the U.S. stock market. And and I think we've started to price in a much better than expected outcome on China. I think this over the weekend, Donald Trump announced that the March 1st deadline is going to be delayed because we're making progress. So all this is really good news. So, a lot of information coming out this week and into next week to see if this rally can continue. I think it'll be looking a lot like it was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and you said it. I mean, it's amazing how one person can be the market mover.
It shouldn't be that way, but it is. It's just where we are right now. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then actually talk about the volatility index. It spiked towards the end of the year with the downturn in the market, but where are we today?
Well, it's to Trey's point about the markets being good. It's already been a little bit historic in that we're almost into 2 full months of the market year, and in terms of markets beginning a year, it's one of the best performance times we've had in about 30 years. That's one. And then what you were asking about the volatility impact that measures that, we're having the lowest volatility index. That's what's anecdotally called the fear gauge, how people are scared of markets they are, whether it's markets, currency, whatever. When we went through that period in December, the volatility index was just off the scale. People really worried. Now it's the lowest since October the 3rd. So going back in our rearview mirror a couple of months where December was that real choppiness and people really worried, it's just a statistical one-off now with what we've kind of put in markets for the first 2 months.
Yeah. And then Adam, you spoke with an identity theft expert last week. Talk about that and kind of share the tips that he gave you.
Yeah, definitely. We've been working with research partners, over the last couple of weeks. We said, tax season is upon us. So there's a lot of things you want to do out there like identity theft and credit protection. We have the 3 Ds, deter, detect, and defend. We'll be coming out with research tomorrow that we'll send to, all of our clients and other individuals of how you can kind of protect yourself. Everybody doesn't have the new iPhone. Technology, of course, is kind of advanced in the way to protect us against these things. But if you don't have thumbprint or retina identification, there's other ways you can do that by downloading certain apps. You can opt out of certain, pre-credit card evaluations. You can look at your mail digitally before it comes to you. They'll actually send you pictures of each copy of mail. So we have a lot of good research, a lot of different websites you can go to on credit reports to kind of update, keep up with your status before tax season. There's a lot of fraud inside tax season. We want to protect you. So that research will be coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure that you read that email tomorrow. That should be a lot of good information and tips to help. So we appreciate you watching. A lot of questions from clients are coming in. We appreciate that. We greatly appreciate the dialogue. So have a great week. Thanks.